Drop the kids off at school.
Number one, fly ball to left field, and Justin Turner, who hit 3 home runs last night, has hit another one tonight. A 2-run shot, and the Dodgers lead it 9-4. Oh, is Turner ever locked in?
That's Charlie Steiner. KLAC calls the Dodgers games. You probably remember him on SportsCenter. He used to call the Jets games, New York Jets, not Winnipeg. And I believe he's an old Dodger when he was a little kid. Yeah, I think he actually goes back that far. But anyway, Charlie Steiner calling the home run hit by the Dodgers' Justin Turner. That was the final tally in a 9-4 Dodgers victory against the Braves. Braves are swept. Pardon to our Facebook viewers who are seeing me. It's allergy season here in East Tennessee. And so here we are. But that was the highlight of the Dodgers and Braves. Braves are swept. And good thing that they're not in another division. I mean, the National League Central, for instance, has 4 teams with a winning record. Of course, that wasn't the biggest game of the day. If you ask me what the biggest game of the day would be, I would go to San Jose.
Gunned around the near side by the Sharks forwards. Melker Carlson's in front of the net. Carrying behind the goal, here's Donskoy. Moving out in front, shoots, he scores! Jonas Donskoy, his first goal since January the 10th. And the Sharks have a 3-1 lead.
What about that? The Meek coming up and rising to the occasion. San Jose beat Colorado 3-2 Game 7, so they go to the conference finals against St. Louis. Sharks were in the Stanley Cup playoffs actually 3 years ago, in 16, when they lost to the Penguins. Oh, that was the first of their back-to-back cups. Of course, everybody around here remembers the 6-game series against the Predators and the run that the Preds made for the cup and the throwing of the catfish and all of that good stuff. Probably say that about the Hurricanes, but I don't know. You know, the frisky young Colt seems to have something going for him, seem to be the good guys in this series. The thing is, and I know this is often said, and in fact, I don't know if you saw this. We'll get to this in Media Watch. There was a Boston sports talk show host that hung up on a beat writer who covers the Carolina Hurricanes, said, I can't talk hockey with someone with a southern accent. Now, hockey's never going to grow if that's the prevailing opinion. And I don't think it is the prevailing one, but it might be there in Boston. But again, that kind of, the bad guy image. Now, I will say this. In a lot of markets with hockey teams, Pittsburgh, where, I used to cover hockey, is very well known for this. Developmental. In other words, not just having a team, but developing hockey players, getting high schools to start to play it, amateur teams, this sort of thing. Really getting the community involved in hockey. It was said that when Mario Lemieux came to Pittsburgh, and this is true, all over Western Pennsylvania, pads of ice, or let's just say skating centers, were built. You got to go to Knox from or a legitimate rink that could hold a hockey team, let alone just has. I say that Bristol Motor Speedway has that thing where you can skate around in a circles during Christmas time and all that, or at least they used to. I'll give you that, but you don't play hockey there, and all this. I'm talking about developmental teams. They haven't really done that in North Carolina. North Carolina is way behind the times in developmental hockey. Checked just shy of 30 high schools. It's club teams, but they were playing the sport. Now that helps it grow. That's why the Predators are popular. And there's been a lot of talk about the Hurricanes. How popular are they? Are these bandwagon fans? Et cetera, et cetera. Wouldn't the fans in Raleigh trade away the Hurricanes' success just to have NC State start winning on the hardwood again? I mean, big time. I mean, like they did under Norm Sloan and, Jim Valvano and, contending for national titles, that sort of thing. Would you trade a Stanley Cup for an NCAA championship for the Wolfpack? Yeah, there probably are some fans in Raleigh that would do that. I have no doubt about it. Not that there are fans that would trade away all the Lady Vols national championships for just one victory next year against Alabama. Or 1 year where Tennessee beats both Florida and Alabama. Yeah, absolutely. It's what is your preference? What is your pleasure? I get that. But you're never going to really develop hockey in the area and be less. We'll do that for you. You got to do that to make... Anyway, I'm Marky Billson. Steve Forbes is going to join me in just a few minutes. I want to give congratulations out to the Unicoi County softball team, which by taking 2 games from Sullivan East, who dealt them their only loss in Three Rivers Conference play, District 1 AA, if you will, doing that in the Three Rivers Conference District Tournament. They were able to win 2 lopsided games yesterday, were the Lady Blue Devils, and they are going on to the regionals. You heard it here on 1420 WEMB Sports Radio with Kevin Powersby on the mic. The games were brought to you by Irwin's favorite dentist, Dr. Jason Cunningham, Unicoi County Gas Utility District, Health and Home Care of Irwin, Unicoi County Insurance Agency, the Computer Guy, right over there in Gay Street, heart of Irwin, Irwin Utilities, Irwin Paint and Body Shop, Clinchfield Federal Credit Union, Jones and Church Farms with the great tomatoes, Jones Hardware celebrating... They've been around in Unicoi forever. And Relay for Life of Unicoi County. Those are your sponsors of Unicoi County softball as the Lady Blue Devils go to the regionals. And you heard it here, like I said. Now, if you're interested in sponsoring or getting more Lady Blue Devils games on the air, we're here to please. And all you got to do is give us a call after 2 p.m. at 743-6123. Ask for Maria True or Kevin True. 743-6123. 743-6123. There are economical packages where you, yes, your business, can be the sole sponsor of a game if you so desire. You'd be surprised at just how little money it will take for that to happen, if you will. So, there you go. Also, a reminder, tomorrow on Tri-City Sports Now, we're going to talk to Josh Brown on Oklahoma Nation at 1:30 about, yes, the slumping Braves. And we'll also talk to the right rev of speed, Jerry Bonkowski, about the race at Dover that was delayed, Martin Truex Jr. finally getting into the victory scene, as well as a look ahead to what's next on the NASCAR scene. But we didn't get the chance because the race was delayed a day to talk to Jerry about that, and so we'll begin with that, and we'll go on to the stock car circuit. So there you have it. Steve Forbes will join me in just a few. And one last thing on the Sharks here. Speaking of media, of San Jose. He's answering questions from the media after the Sharks defeated the Lanch 3-2.
Underestimate how good a team that. I'm real proud of our guys because we knew we were up against it with what they had done to Calgary and the situation we were in, and I thought we got buy-in every night on trying to shut down their rush and take away some of the things they did really well, and gave ourselves a chance to get to a Game 7 in front of our home crowd.
And then it's going to be you got there the Bruins and the Canes. So a local interest. The Canes are only as far away as the Preds are. Steve Forbes after this.
Up at school, hurry to the meeting.